morning, you lovely, lovely people, and welcome back to Notch 211. I'm propped up against a hay bale. It's another classic, if I can just tip you back for a bit, another classic British summertime morning. It's about 6:30, and it's yeah, the weather's not good. It's still been poor, so much so that the crops are still all on the fields. A lot of farmers, including my own, getting very frustrated by the fact that they can't get out and bring the crops in. And in fact, it's already raining again today, so they were just not getting a sustained spell of decent sunny weather for them, which is unfortunate. And of course, for us detectorists, equally frustrating, because we can't get onto our fields that we're dying to get on and we've been patiently waiting for. So you know, unless we're lucky enough, it's troubling times. And I've seen loads on social media with a lot of digs and rallies and those types of things that have had to either move or be postponed because of the crops not coming in. So I'm lucky enough, as you know, I've got a big permission. I've got various areas that I can try. I've got the Celtic field, which is in stubble, so I can I'm going to have a go on that today. And at the moment I'm down by the Tudor field. I just thought I'd have a roam just to see if there was anything else done since I was last here. There isn't, which is not a surprise if I'm honest. So I'm back with this beast, the Detech 13-inch beauty. We're going to give that another go today. I was really impressed with that last week. Really tough conditions for those of you that have seen it. Rock hard, solid, stubbly ground, but it's still got some fantastic depth. Better, I believe, than the SP24 would have got anyway, having had a long time with that SP24 coil. But so I'm going to go back down the side of the Tudor field, heading back towards the Celtic field. This particular area I've done quite a while ago now, and I found those 2 rings and some wonderful stuff on this particular strip. So I'm going to give the Detech a whirl on that, and then just kind of head back and see how I get on. As I said, it's very early. It's about 6:30 on a weekend morning. It's drizzling, but we're out, and we're going to get you to the very first hole. Right, very first one of the day. If you can see that, 69, 70, 71. Showing not too deep. It's a good tone. Let's give it a dig. Well, I've done this stretch of land many times in between, well, over the last few months really, just because it was the only place I really had to go. But yeah, that's the bale I did the first video for the intro from. So I've not come far, just having a wander. And the first one, as you just seen, is up in the late 60s, early 70s. And it's that. Which I have no idea. It's obviously bent. Some sort of decoration to it. And it's nice and green. So yeah, I don't think it's me that's broke that. I think that's been like that for a while. But yeah, interesting bit of decoration. Not sure what it is. Feels like it's got something there. So it's fixed to something. Yeah, well, I'm happy with that. About 5-6 inches down. Happy days. Second one, rain's still coming down. Wasn't expecting wind today, so I didn't bother bringing the wind mic, so hopefully it's coming through okay. Second one, bit of lead. Moving on. Next one, as my friends at the Geek Obliques would say, a batoni. Yeah, a bit crusty, a bit blank. Moving on. Well, if you can see that. Really high tone. In the mid-60s. So we're definitely digging that. Oh yes. Well, looks very much to me lead-like. One scoop out, that's all I needed. Pretty sure what that is. Yeah. It's a musky ball. And that has hit something hard. Look at that. Whack. That would have hurt big time. Cool. Don't mind them at all. Cracking on. Right, so I thought we'd do this one together. Absolutely cracking tone, 56, 57. Let's see what we got. Right, it's out. Let's see if we can find it. Right, we've got it. But in true live fashion, I don't think we should get too excited. Oh dear. Was a cracking tone. Understand why. Cool. Let's move on. So I get some weird and wonderful numbers with lead. This one was in the 40s. Yeah. Strange shape to that one. Flat on the bottom. About half a finger. You know, tapering up and out. And then really into a thin point almost. Yeah. Probably just nothing, but yeah, interesting. Cool, right, so I've done up this side. I'm now going to go down that side, which is the bit that's been mown, as I mentioned earlier. And quite literally, I'm going to stop at the end by that pylon and have a coffee. So hopefully we'll find a few more en route. See you in a little while. Well, the next one's got me stumped because I thought it was just a bit of, wasn't going to bother filming it. About 4 or 5 inches down, it was a good tone in the 50s. And it's that. Couldn't find it for ages. Yeah. See that? Is it something or is it nothing? And the reason I say is it nothing, because obviously it's got a lovely little pattern around it. It's very small, as you can see. That's why it took so long to find it. But I don't know if you can see it in there. Yeah. It's almost got like a, you know, a screwy, what's name on the top inside, as if it screws onto something. So that could either be some sort of Pandora thing, which if it is, what on earth is it doing in the literally middle of a field miles from anywhere? Or it's actually just a bit of farming material that just screws onto something. So, not sure. I've got a bit of foil. I don't think it is. My gut feeling is it's kind of aluminium or something, but we'll test it and we'll see what it is. If you've got any ideas, let me know. But yeah, interesting. See you in a bit. Right, this next one was a lovely 56. In fact, I don't think it moved actually. 56 all the way around. That's the first scoop. That's the second scoop. And I don't know if you can see it. Something green. Is it buckley or is it something else? It's very green. It's quite old. Looks kind of buckley, doesn't it? But I don't know whether it's more of a fixing on something. Any ideas? Let me know. I'll give it a quick clean, but I don't think there's anything there. I think it is just a green, you know, item of interest. Right. If it's got anything on it, I'll let you know. If not, I'll see you on the next one. See you in a bit. Next one was pretty deep. Another bit of lead. I found a few bits of lead so far on this field. Yeah, not sure. Again, I think that is something. Obviously, it's got quite a point on it. It's very white, so it's pretty old, I reckon. Yeah, but we'll, I guess, probably never know. Any ideas, let me know. See you in a bit. Right. We've got another good one here. 72, 73. Lovely single, lovely tone. So we're going to try and do another livey for you. Find it again. out there. See if we can find it. Wind's blowing a bit, so hopefully it's not too oh dear, that's not looking good. Bit of burnt soil there. Still in the hole. If we can get a bit more out. Oh yeah. Different colour soil, which is a worry normally. Yeah, it's out. It's in the still in the 70s though, so we've got a chance. Let's have a look. That's why it's a good signal, and that's why there's the curse of the live dig. There you are. Copper pipe. Oh well. What did I say about that last hole, which was literally just behind me? Looks like there have been some burning going on around this particular part of the field. Yep. Obviously had a cup of coffee with it, I'd imagine, with the bonfire, because that is all burnt down there, as you can probably see. Pretty deep. So again, I've been over this ground with the SP24, that didn't find it. Not that I wanted to find it, if I'm honest. But I reckon that's a pretty old tin of coffee. Cacked it as well, unfortunately, but there you go. Righto, let's crack on. Well, I'm glad I persevered in this kind of burning area. There's lots of trashy signals, as you'd imagine. But I've wheedled out another one. And we might, just might. It was 79, really high tone. So it did smack of a coin. And I think you can probably just see we might just have one. Finally, after about 4 hours. Or is it? No, that's a coin, definitely. That's an old penny, I reckon. Right, I'm not going to scrub it too hard. I'd rather just give it a wash and see what's there. If anything, there's a bit of a rim to it, so we might have a bit of detail, you never know. Right, back in a sec. Well, I'm a happy boy now. I don't find many coins, as you know, and I know some people find lots of these. I don't care though, because I found a George III. That's lovely. I'm well happy with that. See if I can get him in the light for you. Just about see him poking through there, look. We know he's Georgius because it says Georgius. And you can just see 1, 2, 3. And I think the date on the bottom, my eyes aren't the best, as you know. And we'll get a proper look when we get back home. Let me just see if I can get a bit of a focus on it. I need to get a macro lens, don't I? Or I need to get a pair of glasses, one or the other. Well, his reign came to an end, I think, about 1820, did it? From memory. So I reckon that's 1800 something. 1802 maybe. We'll have a proper look when we get home. Yeah, hard to say. Anyway, and we got a bit of Britannia on the back as well. Wonderful, happy boy. Right, I'm pleased I persevered with this burnt area now. I'm going to have a little bit more and see if we can find another couple. Back in a sec. Here we are. Quick demonstration of the depth of the Detech 13-inch. That is probably, sorry, just trying to get you kind of a line. So about there, where my thumb is now, is where I've just found the next find. And that goes to 6, 7 and a bit. So that's a good 10, 11 inches at least. Anyway, it's a bit of lead. But it's obviously very old lead and it's very deep. So yeah, it's definitely got the potential, this coil. Cool. Well, the next one, as you can probably tell, I'm back in the ladybird field. So I'm kind of on my way home now. I've got about an hour and a half, I guess. I thought, well, glutton for punishment, let's go and give it a go. But actually, certainly the first hole I've dug, which is this one, the ground is a little bit softer than it was last week, so I'm hopefully not going to burn out too quickly on here. Anyway, I had actually just filmed this, but realised that halfway through that the camera had stopped. So anyway, luckily it wasn't anything. We found it together, but you just didn't see it. Yeah, just a bit of that. We'll clean it up back at the ranch, you never know. But it looks like it's obviously got something there. Something off something. Okay, cracking on. Right, the next one is a lovely 33. And it's in the clod, so it's not very deep, but it doesn't, to be fair, we don't normally have to get too deep here. So I thought we'd have a look together, as we missed out on the last one. Oh, something green. Let's have a look together. Right, get the glove off. Something green. But, I think, oh, I don't know though. It's bent over. That's got a bit of pattern to that, I think you'll find underneath. Right, let's give it a quick clean. I'll be back in a sec. Well, you can see that. It's a leaf. I'm pretty sure it's a leaf. You can see there's the petals, or the edges of the leaf, I should say. And you can see the vein kind of design through it. So yeah, some sort of furniture fixing, or possibly off something decorative, I don't know. But nonetheless, it's a leaf. Crack on. Right, next one. I have found quite a few bits of lead toy on this field over the last year. And I think we have ourselves another piece of choo-choo train. If you see it, get my drift. That's the kind of the wheel arches, so to speak, and then that's the body, and then that's one of the little chimneys. Yeah, I'm pretty confident, and it's definitely lead, so yeah, I think that's part of a little lead toy train. Awesome. Let's keep going. Well, the next one I very nearly didn't dig. It was 91, 92. It was a good, really good tone, but the VDI put me off a little bit, if I'm honest, but I went with the tone, as I often do now. And there's something disc-like, it's just fallen out. I, again, just missed it when we pinpoint slightly. So I just kind of just took that edge out, and that's just popped out. So, first time I picked it up. It's crusty, whatever it is. I reckon that's a button. I reckon. Right, let me just give it a quick clean. Back in a sec. That is very interesting. It's very old, and that's probably why it was 91, 92. It's going a bit crusty. But the interesting thing is, not only has it got something on the back of it, which is obviously what it was fixing to, I presume. So I don't think it's a button. I think it might be some sort of horsey thing. But it's also, I often call when the little circular ring things that I take out of the ground very often, I would call them horsey brassy things, and that feels a bit like one of them, but obviously with the middle still in it. Yeah, don't know. Any ideas, let me know. I reckon that's off a little horse harness or something like that, but very old, but very crusty, sadly. Cool, like that. Another little nice high 60s. Zooming in, just there, you can just see an edge. So I've just uncovered. So is it button, ringy thing, or coin? Oh, it's bent, whatever it is. I think that is a coin, you know. That might be a coin. Cool, let's give it a quick wash. Back in a sec.
Well, it's definitely a coin. Can just about make some writing out, which you might not be able to see because the light's not great today. And I think that's a bust facing left, but I don't know. So that's a pretty old George, I reckon. George, second face left, didn't he? I think so. Yeah, you might be able to see through the camera a bit better than I can. It's quite thick, it's quite heavy, and it's very old, for sure. So that's coin number 2, and that's another old one, I think. Cool. Hopefully we can clean it up and find a little bit more about it back at the den. See you in a bit. Just thought I'd show you. That's what I have to deal with. He says, just scroll out a bit. Like really solid, deep, thick roots like that. So you're having to dig it around it. Not only is the ground hard, but obviously you've then got to get around them as well. So that's why I'm out of puff. Anyway, 67, 69 again. So I'm hoping for good things. Let's see. Right, okay. It's not round, but it's there. Oh, is that buckle? Oh, it is, you know. Oh, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Tiny little buckle, look. Oh, that is gorgeous. Love it. Very, very happy with that. And by the way, this is the scene of what I think was an old footpath, and I've done this with the SP24 a number of times. I've never found this, obviously, for obvious reasons, or that previous coin. So, yeah, could just be the conditions, of course, but I'm loving that beauty. Cool. I'll give it a little clean up. If there's any decoration or anything, I'll come back to you. I think it's just plain. If not, you'll see it again at the roundup. See you in a bit. Right, starting to run out of time now. This one was in the high 40s. Hopefully it's not the last one. It's in here. I've already pinpointed it and found it, and it's there. And believe it or not, this is the second one of these I found on this very field in the same vicinity, and it's a rolled up bit of lead. And I know there's all theories about curse tablets and all sorts of stuff, hence why I haven't unwrapped the first one I found. But that's interesting that there's 2 of them. Cool, I like that. Love the lead finds. Right, hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 more in. Right, welcome to the roundup. And before I go on to the finds, just a quick 2 or 3 shout outs, if I may. First and foremost, to this lovely lady here, Ludicrous Detech. That is Jackie. I'm sure you'll know Jackie, but she's got a new logo, some new stickers, courtesy of Liam from History Revisited. Nice one, Liam. And very nice stickers they are too. So if you don't already subscribe to Jackie's channel, then do make sure you do, because she's a lovely lady. We've also got to say a massive thank you to Digger Dan. So I give him a shout out last week. He's a brand new channel, but I've known him a little while now. He sent me some stickers, but he also said something was lost in the post, and I've just discovered that is what it was lost. He sent me another one, which is amazing. It's a Roman coin. It's Constantinus or Constantinus the First. It's got some sort of votive kind of inscription on the back, votive I should say. Absolutely amazing. I don't find anything remotely as nice as this kind of Roman era, coins wise anyway. So it's the first one I've ever had that I can actually read. So thanks, Dan, mate. Really appreciate that. That will be going pride of place in my display cabinet. And talking of display cabinets, you may see the Crotal Bell King now has some Crotal Bell stands. And my last shout out of the day is to say thank you to this very nice gentleman who I'm sure you'll know, Brian Good Sir Thompson, who you'll know from the YouTube channel Two Tones Detecting. He also has a Facebook page called Monarch Designs. There we are. There's his flyer. Brian has pulled together these amazing crotal bell stands. Really, really great quality with his 3D printer and his kit that he's got there. Not expensive at all. Really, really quick delivery and well packaged. And actually, I'm absolutely thrilled with them. As you can see from his flyer, he does all sorts of other stuff for kind of coin displays and various other things. I know he's working on some other stuff as well. So if you don't already, make sure you sub Two Tones Metal Detecting, but also follow Brian's Facebook page, Monarch Designs. And some really great things that you can purchase from his store on eBay. On with the show. Two things to show you really. So the bottom two rows are the kind of cack alley. Not too much to shout about there. I also had that kind of coffee can and those other two bits that I found, the copper pipe and that from the live digs. They've gone straight in the recycling and the scrap bins. This thing here, that was the decorative piece, the very first hole of the day. I reckon that's come off a little carriage clock maybe or something like that, not sure. Then we've got the second row, which is all the lead finds. There's quite a few bits of lead yet again. Couple of bits to point out. This one is the nice little sharp thin piece. You know, I'm sure that was used for something. I was kind of my imagination was leaning towards, you know, kind of metal, leather work, but I'm not sure whether lead is strong enough for that kind of thing. Not sure. This thing here, I reckon that's relatively new, relatively modern. But again, any ideas? Possibly from a wheel? Not sure. A squished musket ball. A little rolled piece of lead. Identical almost, in fact, to the same thing I found on that same field. Probably no more than 50, 100 yards apart. So, interesting. Not sure what it is. I don't think it's a cursed tablet, which often people think these are. Probably just a rolled up bit of lead, but cool nonetheless. And the last little lead find to point out is that little piece of train, a little choo-choo train. So again, always happy to get something like that. Shame it's not more of it. And then the top row, I've got this horsey, brassy, mounty thing, which is largely toasted. Again, not quite sure what that is, but it was obviously fixed to something. That lovely leaf, which is still a lovely leaf. I reckon that would come off something nice and decorative once upon a time. This thing here, which I knew immediately once I stopped filming what it was, it's actually the middle of a pen. It's not silver, it's not a charm or anything like that. That's the bit that screws in between the two main bits of a pen. So yeah, fairly modern, I suspect. 3 nondescript buttons. Again, the imagination was calling for this to be the hilt of a small knife or a dagger or something. Not sure. Any ideas, do let me know. Very green. Little buckle, very pleased with that. Although I don't actually think it's that old, if I'm honest. It's got some age to it, but it's not old. But again, always happy to get little buckles up. And then 2 coins for the day. Both half pennies. I think I said pennies on the digs, but both half pennies. This one has got a little bit of writing. I haven't quite cleaned it up properly yet. Gut feeling is George the II. But it might be a Victoria. Facing left, whatever it is, but not quite sure. So I'll have a closer look on that one. And the one I definitely know is this one, which is George the III. 1806 on the coin, and a bit of Britannia on the back as well. Yeah, I'm going to try and give that a better clean than I have already, and try and put some wax on that. That's in much better nick than the other George III I found a little while ago, so that will take pride of place in the little coin display. That's pretty much it. Last but by no means least, just a quick shout out for Detectival. It is just over a week away. I'll be travelling down with treasure hunting with Tom and Marie from Disney Geek Runner. I'll be spending the weekend with those guys. Really, really excited. Really, really looking forward to getting out with them. But also already, you know, kind of made contact with quite a few other channels that are coming along. So let's make sure we find each other and have a beer and or dig a few holes together. If you are coming, please do make sure you look out for me. I'll be looking out for you, and hopefully we can meet up and bring the community together. But also let's hope for good weather and have an amazing time. So you may see one more video before Detectival. If not, we'll see you there. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Stay cool, and I'll see you on the next one.